Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Now in this session we will discuss accounting standards. Now in the previous sessions we discussed about the accounting concepts, conventions and principles. Now all these accounting concepts, conventions, principles are the ideology. It are the good things. They are very nice things to talk about. But the question is that this ideology does not mean that the all entities will follow those ideology, because unless and until that nothing is enforceable by law, or in order to make it uniformly accepted, it is necessary to put these accounting principles, concepts and conventions in some statutory form. So whenever these accounting concept, convention and practices are put in a statutory requirements, so in simple meaning we call it as accounting standard. So the accounting standards are nothing but they are general rules to be established by the government, and the accounting standards compels that all the firms are required to follow these standards. So again, the standards are nothing but they are the transformation of accounting concepts, conventions and principles into the statutory requirements. So all these statutory requirements are called as accounting standards. So accounting standards are developed by whom? So developed by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, in case of India. So in every country, such accounting standards are developed by the respective regulatory authorities and it is recognized by the government. So accounting standards forms, or they provide certain guidelines and rules and regulations that how the accounts should be recorded and how the financial statements should be prepared and presented. So in this session we will discuss about the accounting standards. So let us see first what is the definition of accounting standard. So accounting concepts refers to the ideology or fair practices to be followed in accounting, and they are not statutory requirements. But the accounting standards are guidelines issued by an accounting body of the country. That is, in case of India, it is issued by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Now, what are the utilities of accounting standards? So, accounting standards provides norms for preparing financial statements. So, here, if you want to prepare the accounts, then you must know the accounting standard regarding how to record the fixed assets, how to record current assets, how to record the cost of asset. So accounting standards will form a uniform guideline, or they will provide the norms that how to record the books of accounts. Second utility is that accounting standards ensure uniformity. Uniformity means once these accounting policies are becoming the requirement of statutory requirement, then all the firms are bound to follow these accounting standards. So the accounting standard makes to be implemented uniformly. So all these accounting standards are to be followed uniformly all over the firms who are doing the business. So due to the accounting standard, the uniformity is established in the books of accounts. Third utility is that accounting standard is to be it makes the accounting standards more reliable decision. So all the users means shareholder is one of the user, income tax department another user, potential investor who wants to invest in the shares of the company, he is also the user. Then general public who wants to inquire about the possibility of employment in the company, or the company is doing which activities for the benefit of the society. Now banks, those who have provided funds, they are interested to know whether the company will be able to repay the loan and the interest or not. So here creditors, those who have supplied goods to the company, they are interested to know that whether the dues will be recovered from the company in due time or not. So here every accounting users, they can use the accounts which are based on the accounting standards, because the accounting standard ensure that the accounts should be uniformly prepared and particular rules and norms are to be followed. So the all stakeholders will rely on the accounts, and this account, on the basis of this account, they can take the decision. For example, bank can take decision regarding how much loan should be granted on the basis of your profit of last certain number of years or your assets of the company. So the same way, creditor can take the decision that how much credit should be extended to this firm. So here the accounting standards provide certain norms to the accounting users for taking their decision. Now another utility of the accounting standard is that accounting standards, they are the auditor's work becomes more easy, because as the accounting standards ensure that the accounts, all the accounts are prepared under certain rules, norms, under certain guidelines. So here the auditor can rely on the accounts and the audit work becomes more easy. And the most useful benefit is that the accounts which are prepared on the basis of accounting standards, then the accounts becomes more reliable and more acceptable. For example, that income tax department will accept your accounts provided it is audited and it is certified by the auditor. So here that accounts are become acceptable to all once the accounting standards are followed. Now certain accounting standards are developed in India. Now let us we see one by one that which accounting standards are developed by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. First accounting standard is called AS1, means accounting standard 1. Accounting standard 1 discusses about disclosure accounting policies, means which are the accounting assumptions like going concern we discussed, consistency, accrual, which are to be followed by each and every entity. So here that going concern concept or assumption or consistency assumption is required to be followed by each entity as per accounting standard 1. So here these accounting policies, practices and the conventions are taking the form of statutory requirement. So as per this AS1, that all the entities will prepare the accounts on the basis of going concern, consistency, accrual and prudence or substance over form or materiality. So AS1 will ensure that all the companies have to follow all these accounting policies. Accounting standard 2 deals with the valuation of inventory. Inventory means unsold goods. Rather, inventory will include many types of stock. For example, stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, stock of finished goods, stock of byproduct, all consumable stores, scrap also. So here the question will arise that whenever you are finalizing your accounts, you have to record the inventory as an asset. So what is the value of inventory? So if suppose you have manufactured certain goods, which is called as finished goods, which is ready for the sale, or it is called as stock in trade. So the goods manufactured, which is finished stock at the end of the year, so you will record at what value in the balance sheet. So which value should be included? Its purchase price, manufacturing cost. So which expenses incurred for the purpose of manufacturing should be included and which expense should not be included for the valuation of closing stock. Again, the inventory or the closing should be valued at market value or cost, whichever is less, as per the prudence concept. So here all the total guidelines are provided in the accounting standard 2 for the valuation of inventory. So every company which is in the manufacturing business or the trading business, so at the end of the year when they value this inventory, they have to value the inventory as per the certain guidelines and the norms which is provided in accounting standard 2. So here that if you want to value the closing stock, then you should read accounting standard 2, that at what value and which expenses should be included in the valuation of your inventory, and it should record in the balance sheet so that it will be acceptable by the auditor and your accounts will be finalized and it is accepted by all the accounting users also. Next accounting standard is cash flow statement. Here cash flow statement means how much cash is generated, means how much cash is received during the year, and how much cash is paid, means how much cash has come in the business and how much cash is going out of business. That you have to record and you have to prepare a particular statement in a particular form. So as per the accounting standard 3, that if you are preparing cash flow statement, because cash flow statement is compulsory for all listed companies and it is included as a part and parcel of annual report. In the financial statement, cash flow statement has to be presented. So as per this accounting standard 3 requirement, cash flow statement should be prepared by classifying into 3 activities. Number 1, cash flow for operating activity. So that cash flow from operating activity will give you the idea that how much cash profit is generated in the books, generated during the year by the business. So how much is the profit purely from your business, and that also earned in the form of cash and cash equivalent, that is to be reported as cash flow from operating activity. Another activity has to be reported as cash flow from investing activity. So means certain cash is generated, or the certain cash is used for the purchase and sale of non-current assets or fixed assets and long-term investments. So whenever you are selling the asset, cash is received. Whenever you are purchasing the asset, cash is paid. So cash inflow and outflow from the viewpoint of from the sale and purchase of assets and investment should be recorded in the second classification, that is called as cash flow from investing activities. And the third classification is cash flow from financing activity. Cash is also generated by issuing the shares, issuing the debentures, borrowing the loan, accepting public deposits. Cash is also paid while repaying the loan, redemption of debentures, repayment of these public deposits, and interest is paid on these borrowings and loan and debentures and deposits and bonds, and also dividend is paid on equity share capital, preference share capital. So here interest and dividend paid on borrowings and capital, and how much cash is generated, how much cash is used from the issue of shares, debentures, borrowing of the loan, and how much cash is paid in redemption, there are to be recorded as cash flow from financing activity. And total of activity 1, that is operating activity, number 2, that is investing activity, number 3 from the financing activity, and in all how much cash is generated during the year in the business. So here one can analyze that during the previous year what is the situation of cash in this company, or what is the position of the cash, and how cash is generated from which activity. Suppose the cash is generated from the profit, it's a good sign, but cash is generated by borrowing the loan, it is not a good sign. So so here you should try to generate the more cash from profit rather than borrowing the loan. So here you can analyze the business from the viewpoint of cash flow statement. So here the accounting standard 3 provides you the entire guideline that how you should prepare cash flow statement. Accounting standard 4 deals with the events after balance sheet date. Event after balance sheet date means here the accounts are closed on 31st March every year. Balance sheet is prepared on 31st March after the year end. But after preparing the balance sheet, now in case of company, the meeting of the board of director is held to approve the accounts, or means profit and loss account, and the balance sheet which is prepared by the accountants. So unless and until it is not approved by the board of directors, they cannot be considered as accounts to finalized accounts. So here during this period, from the preparing of the financial statements, and it is being approved by the board of director, during this period, if anything happens to the business, for example, if after preparing the balance sheet you realize that the financial position of the debtor is so weak that he is not in a position to repay his dues, so it is sure that the bad debt is going to be arised. So even though the balance sheet is already prepared, profit and loss is already prepared, but it is not yet approved by the board of directors, so you can change the profit and loss account and balance sheet accordingly depending on the events occurring after the date of balance sheet. So here this particular accounting standard provides you the guideline that which transactions can be recorded in the books of accounts, which are material, which are having good importance, and which will affect the financial information of the company, and how the changes should be made accordingly in the books of accounts. So all these accounting standards are very interesting. Now here generally we consider the accounting standard as a dry subject because it's a purely theory. But again, this theory provides us a guideline, how to behave, how to record, how to present. Like say in Gita, they are providing the ideology, how to live life. And one can be, they are spiritually and also practically, they can live a life and be happy. And the man become acceptable to all. The same way, if you are studying the accounting standard, then you will know that how the accounts are prepared, and you will know the spirituality or the how the accounting is interesting, that you can realize. And once you adopt the accounting standard, your accounts will be acceptable to all. So here we must learn the accounting standard in an interesting manner, right? So in the next session we'll discuss in detail, right? But right now let us see the overview that of the accounting standard. Again, accounting standard 5 discuss with the prior period and extraordinary items. Accounting 6 deals with the depreciation accounting, how to record the depreciation. Accounting standard 7, how to record the construction cost and the construction profit out of the construction business. Accounting standard 8 deals with the accounting for research and development, with the expenses incurred for research and development, how it should be recorded in the books of accounts. Accounting standard 9, how and when the revenue should be recognized depending upon the nature of your business. Accounting standard 10 guides us that how to record the fixed asset in the books of accounts. Then accounts standard 11 provides us guideline regarding the value changes in the foreign exchange day to day, and how its effect on of this change in the value of rupee value with the dollar or any other pound, any other rupee value should be recorded in the books of accounts. This way there are 32 accounting standards. Now if you see that accounting are 20 provides guideline regarding earning per share, 21 regarding the consolidated financial statement in case of holding company. Then accounting for taxes and income, that is given guideline regarding AS2. AS23 discusses about the investment in other related in subsidiary company or associate company with whom you are doing joint venture. Accounting 24 discusses accounting the bills discounting operations. Accounting standard 25 deals with the interim financial report, that is quarterly financial reports. There are only 26 regarding the intangible asset like patent, trademark, goodwill, how it should be recorded in the books of accounts. Account 27 gives us the guideline regarding financial reporting of interest in the joint venture. So means how much invested in the joint venture and how it should be recorded in the books of account. And impairment of asset, so how the loss in the asset should be recorded irrespective of even though it is not sold out. So impairment asset is discussed in accounting standard, and also in accounting standard 29 discusses the provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. 30 regarding the financial instruments, 30, 31 and 32. Then all these 3 accounting standards they are discussing the financial instrument, how it should be recorded, how to record the interest, it should be valued in the books of accounts. So all this about the accounting standard. And thank you very much. Try to understand all these lectures and listen it very carefully, so that, and also try to see that how it is implemented in the practical life, and also read the newspaper in which there are certain business news. Even in the Gujarati newspaper there are certain business news, so read every day so that you will know more and more accounting the business world, and you will be interested in this accounting. Thank you all.
Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University.